Hello, fellow Resonators. Today, I just wanted to make a quick video to reassure some players that might be thinking they are having a hard time in Wuthering Waves, but I want to be a voice of reason so, a lot of you can stop panicking. And if you know someone, who's worried about their account, hyper fixated on, oh, who should I pull for? Who should I get? Is this character good with this one? Or is this character strong? Is this character weak? Is yeah, like that stuff doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you that your accounts are better than you think they are, and that you shouldn't worry so much about being hyper fixated on them. You might be seeing a bunch of YouTubers and content creators, and just general players who play for hours on end or spend a bunch of money, so they're ahead, like players like me. Like I'm union level 39, almost 40, and there are players who've already reached 40 and have level 70 characters and weapons, and you're worried about being left behind. But that doesn't matter, because let me tell you, in closed beta test 2, I was much like all of the other normal players currently out there who are union level like 26 or something. I didn't get to union level 30 in closed beta test 2 until the second week, and I was playing as much as I possibly could, and it was forced free to play. So like there was nothing to spend to get ahead. There was no extra crystal solvents or battle pass or anything like that. All I had was just everything that they gave me, which was much less than what all the players are getting now. Because at the beginning of closed beta test 2, there were no free pools really. There was no banner select. So if you lost the 50-50 to a character, you were stuck with a character you either didn't like or want. For example, I was forced to play Rover, Alto, and Encore all on the same team because I couldn't build any more characters beyond that, because I had accidentally built all three of those characters for one team, thinking that's how I was supposed to play the game, when I wasn't. In that experience, I still managed to complete a lot of the content. I got to difficulty level 4 on all of the holograms. I couldn't go further than that at the time. I did only half of the Tower of Adversity. So like the second half with where you need 2 teams, I was only able to do half of that. I didn't even reach a hazard zone. So it is perfectly fine if you don't reach hazard zone, if you don't beat elusive realm, because I only got to like the 3rd, 4th level of elusive realm before I couldn't go any further. I think because it was capped at like 60, and it didn't have the extra options that it does now. But essentially, I could not get nearly as far as you players can now that the game is released. I promise you that if you like a character and if you build them well, they will reward you. You will be rewarded by simply, making them stronger. Take any character you want. Pick any team you like. There's no reason for you to force, stick to the same formula that YouTubers are telling you. Sure, there's an optimal way to do certain things if you want to, if like damage really is your focus. But if you just want to have fun and enjoy the game, your account is better than it is. You don't have to do 1,000 2,000 crit damage every hit. You don't need all these amazing crit rolls. No. If you want sustainable damage that's enough to clear content at your level, all you really need is your element attack bonus, or your elemental bonus and attack percent, and that's good enough to carry you through most content in the time which is required for you to carry you through. Because that was my build for Encore and in closed beta test 2, and it worked. All I needed was fusion damage bonus and some attack, and she was good enough. And I didn't even have good rolls for her. Like, the rolls were really bad. I didn't even have the proper stats to work with her. She was less than like 15% crit rate. My rover was my best character, and that was Spectral Rover, and he was clearing content pretty well. You guys have Havoc Rover now. We didn't even have that in closed beta test 2. So I promise you, when I say that your account is better than you think it is, that it actually is. You have access to more resources. You have access to more characters. You have access to being able to choose the 5-star character you want for your account. And then you have like all this extra stuff. You're getting the 20 crystal solvent a lot earlier than the closed beta test 2 players did, because by the time we got that stuff, it was at the end of the closed beta test. They were going to give you guys the 20 crystal solvent anyway, but like they sped it up because of the nature of the beginning of launch and all the issues that have been that Kuro Games has been facing. So I'm grateful for that. Like, you guys really have been handed a massive bag, and you don't even know. Your exploration is better because now you have more parts of the map that weren't there before. Like, we did not have the area where Dreamless occurred, and parts of Deserock Island. We didn't have that, but now you guys do. So and you have more quests and stuff. So just keep in mind that, just, stop, take a deep breath. Just look at your account for what it is. Do you have the characters you want? If you don't have the characters you want, that's okay too. You might be able to find some characters that you do have likable. Just give them all a try. So if you go into your character menu and on their details screen, click on the bottom left icon or bottom right icon that's on the left of the first icon of that square. You can try out all the characters you have, and it'll teach you how to use that character. And who knows, you might fall in love with the characters and enjoy them, because I know in closed beta test 2, I didn't really want Encore. I wasn't that excited about Alto. But you know what? After I tried them, I actually learned to love them. Alto's kit is really fun and interesting and cool. He can dodge and be elusive, and he can do lots of damage when built correctly. And that was before I had access to, malleable echoes. Now and then I had Encore, who was barely built properly. And I enjoyed her gameplay and, her personality. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And that's what brought me back to Wuthering Waves, because now that I knew that I could get the things that I wanted with all the stuff that Kuro Games was handing out to everyone, I was elated. Like, I didn't know, because part of me was fine. Like, if I had to go back to my original team in the closed beta test 2, this game still would have been the funnest thing on the planet to me. Your account is fine. Your characters are fine. Just take your time. Do not hyperfixate on meta. Ignore pride when tier lists. Ignore any tier list, because tier lists don't matter in this game. Your sense of fun, your sense of intuitiveness with your characters, like how good do they feel when you play them? All that stuff is what matters, not this meta garbage that they're feeding you. Because I'm gonna tell you another thing, one last thing. I have an S6G on. I barely use it. You know why? Because I like Ling Yang. I have him at S0. He just got Abyss Surges, and before his Abyss Surges, I was using a 4-star weapon. I still like Ling Yang more. I still cleared more content with Ling Yang because it was funner to do with Ling Yang. I got S6 Jian because I really like Jian, and I worked the extra hours to do that. But Ling Yang is really fun. I got him with the free voucher ticket that they gave us, and I love him. If I listened to the tier list about Ling Yang and didn't play the way I wanted to, I would have never discovered how much fun I would have playing Ling Yang. I really like his playstyle. He does get enough damage. He doesn't need to do 90k or all these big numbers. He just needs sustained damage over time, because the whole point of the game is to skill check bosses for the most part. You can, out level content, and that's done by design because they want you to enjoy the game. There are ways for you to enjoy the combat. There are ways for you to enjoy deleting enemies. These two can be separate and exist at the same time. They don't have, one or the other doesn't have to be your focus. So I hope you all found, this video helpful. I hope you find your accounts better than what you think they are, because I promise you are doing better than all of the closed beta test 2 players were, because we didn't have access to nearly as much as you guys do. Just manage your resources well, choose specific characters you like, and I promise you'll have a great time with this game. I know it's kind of late. I wish I made this video earlier, but I think it's really important that I talk about this now, because I don't think enough players are hearing that your account is okay. You don't need 66 crit rate. You don't need 200 or 300 crit damage. All you need is the character you like and the dedication to build them. And with that, Resonators, I bid you farewell.